Okay, Year 7, welcome to your video tutorial on multiplying and dividing with negative numbers. I'm also, before we look at some examples of multiplying and dividing, going to do a quick revision on addition and subtraction, particularly with negative numbers. With multiplication and division, if my signs, so the value of my number, if it has a positive sign, as in no sign, or a negative sign in front of it, if my signs of the two numbers are the same, the answer will always be positive. If my signs are different, the answer will be a negative. Okay? Just keep that in mind. I'm going to tell you in a minute how that actually works. Okay. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Brackets mean times. Okay? Brackets actually mean multiplication. And I multiply what's directly on the outside by what's on the inside. Now, what's directly next to my brackets is a negative. And I've got a -3 as well. I've got a negative multiplied by a negative. What you just wrote down is if I have two negatives, my answer, or my signs are the same, my answer becomes a positive. So this actually becomes 1 plus 3, okay, which is 4. This second example here, I have a negative here and a negative here. So my answer, with a bracket in the middle, brackets mean times, so a negative and a negative, they're both the same signs, so my answer becomes a positive. I've got a 2 there, and I've got a -6 on the outside. So -6 plus 2, if it's -6 degrees and it gets 2 degrees warmer, or I add 2, I'm left with -4, because I'm getting closer to 0. Okay, with straight multiplication, again, this time don't worry, I've gotten rid of the brackets. It's all good. Straight multiplication, if my signs are the same, my answer is going to be a positive. If my signs are different, my answer is going to be a negative. Let's look at this example. 5 multiplied by -6. This is how I like to do it. I forget about the signs. I just go, what is 5 times 6? Well, 6 5s are 30. That's a +5, and that's a -6, so my signs are different. I've got a positive sign and a negative sign, which means my answer is going to be a negative. Okay, let me show you like the same way with this one here. What's 3 times 7? 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21. Okay, my signs are the same. I've got a negative on this 3 and a negative on this 7, which means it's going to be a positive, which means 21 is my answer. Okay? This example down the bottom, guys. How many times does 4 go into 36? Well, it's 36 divided by 4. I know 9 is my answer normally. I've got a negative here and a negative here. So my answer is going to be a positive. +9. Final example here, 18 divided by 9. How many 9s go into 18? Well, that's 2. Okay, that's a negative sign on that 18 and it's a +9. So my answer is going to be, my two signs are different, negative. Okay, and that's it, guys. That's pretty much multiplication and division with negative numbers. The thing you have to ask yourself every time is, are my signs the same or are they different? I do it as if they're not there, then I add the sign in at the end.